Hi, we are back with another video on my Pop Obsession channel, actively posting on here too. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Now, Miss Keri baby and Amerie and Cece are coming back to the music scene. Now, if you know the history of Amerie and Keri Hilson, you would know that they were blackballed many years ago by the queen herself, the queen of music, Queen Bee. Okay? Now, Keri Hilson, who has written for many different pop stars and R&B stars like Amerie, Britney, Mary J. Blige, the Pussycat Dolls. She eventually wanted to do her own solo career, okay, which was somewhat successful. Her first single was Energy, which created some buzz. Then she put out Turning Me On. And then she created more buzz and star power when she collaborated with Neo and Kanye West for Knock You Down. But even though Keri Hilson was making the hits, she was having some issues behind the scenes. Allegedly, she was gearing up to work with Beyonce on a song, not as a artist, but as a writer. And Queen Bee wanted publishing, even though she didn't write the record, which is normal in the industry. We see this happen with Beyonce, Queen Bee's artist, who has been taken to court for stealing writing credits. Okay, so this happens a lot of times where a bigger artist or a more popular artist will try to take a writing credit from a smaller artist or writer because they want to get paid for their work. Okay, even if it was just singing on the record, they didn't really put in the work to write the lyrics. This prompted Keri Hilson to put out the Turning Me On remix where she was taking shots at Cece and Queen Bee. Now, in the Turning Me On remix, Keri Hilson said, "I ain't trying to start some mess. There's just something on my chest that I need to get off, because you turning me off. Your vision cloudy if you think you're the best," okay? Now, that definitely is shade towards Queen Bee, because Queen Bee always thought she was number one, she was the best. Ciara, I don't know if she ever thought she was the best, but she's not. So, she thought that she was delusional. No shade. But Keri said you can dance, you can sing, but she needs to move it to the left. She need to have some babies. She need to sit down. She fake. Wow. That's definitely at Queen Bee. Okay. Remember in Irreplaceable, Queen Bee says to the left. Okay. And so she kind of flipped it and told Queen Bee to go have some babies. This was before Queen Bee had Blue Ivy, though. Queen Bee got 3 babies. Keri don't got a man or a baby. Interesting. Now, she said, "Them other chicks ain't even worth my time to talk about." Okay, so that was a diss at Ciara. Because Ciara, I think she was a little bit irrelevant, in 2009. Like, she was still around, but she wasn't the main girlie in 2009. That was Riri, Queen Bee, Gaga at the time. Ciara was making noise, but she wasn't one of the main girlies anymore. But she said that. Then she said, "Ben had dollars. Go and get your money up." That's at Ciara. Okay, because no shade, Queen Bee always had her money up. She came from a rich family. She said, "No, you ain't the only homie on my line up. I ain't turning it off. I'm staying turning it on. Go ahead and tell these folks how long I've been writing your songs." That is a diss at Queen Bee. Wow. I can't even believe she released this. "I've been putting you on. Just check the credits, ho." Wow. Then in the chorus, she said, "You ever try to get close to me, you better come correct when you're approaching me. Dime divas, give it to me." Now, if you guys remember, Queen Bee put out a song around 2008, 2009, I think it's on Sasha Fierce, called Divas. Okay? Or I'm a Diva. Okay? So she was throwing a lot of shade at Queen Bee. Queen Bee got a hold of the shade, and allegedly she made a few phone calls, and Keri Hilson's career went bye-bye. Okay? Because you can't put out diss tracks against Queen Bee. That's a no-no in the industry. You can't put out no diss tracks. If that was the case, Rihanna would have been put out one, because her and Rihanna don't really mess with each other like that. Okay, now their relationship has gotten better over time now that they're older and Rihanna's basically out the game. But there was a time where Queen Bee couldn't really stand Riri, and she leaked Anti, allegedly. So you don't put out diss records. That's a no-no. But now, where does Keri Hilson and Queen Bee stand? Well, Keri Hilson has publicly said that, she wasn't trying to shade Queen Bee after she already got blackballed, mind you. And she put out that diss track. She tried to backtrack and say she didn't want no smoke with Queen Bee. But I've been hearing Queen Bee doesn't care that Keri Hilson is getting back into the music game because she thinks she's going to flop anyway. That's what I've been told. And that as long as Keri Hilson keeps it cute and keeps it mute, Queen Bee won't get in her way. Because at the end of the day, Keri Hilson ain't going to sell nothing anyway. She's not Queen Bee's competition at this point in time. So Queen Bee doesn't really care if Keri Hilson is coming back into the game. She thinks that her career is completely over. Now, moving on to Amerie. Now, Amerie put out this fire single called Mine. I think it's a hit. Too bad she won't get a push because she's been pushed out thanks to Queen Bee. But I think this song is a hit. Now, in regards to her coming back into the music industry after Queen Bee blackballed her due to a similar situation, but Queen Bee basically took Amerie's producer and writers, okay, and some of Amerie's songs for her B-Day album. Now, if you guys remember, Amerie had one of her biggest hits was a smash pop sensation. It was called One Thing, and quickly Queen Bee followed that formula by using Amerie's same producers and people that were working with Amerie to create her B-Day album, which kind of ruined Amerie's career because after Amerie kind of complained behind the scenes to people, her career went bye-bye for mentioning Queen Bee. Okay, Queen Bee don't play games. Now, unfortunately, she can't sue or do anything to Queen Bee because she wasn't writing for Queen Bee. And, she didn't have the guts to put out a diss record like Keri Hilson. But I'm hearing that Queen Bee feels the same way, that she does not care about Amerie coming back into the game as long as Amerie keeps, Queen Bee's name out her mouth and don't try to sneak diss or start dissing in records. Because Queen Bee, from what I've been hearing, she's not afraid to end people's career yet again. Okay? Come for Queen Bee is going to cost you. So, hopefully these girls can come back swinging. But I think Keri Hilson's first single, Bae, was trash. Amerie, she got that fire single, Mine. I think that song is a hit. But Keri Hilson needs to go back to the booth. Because I hope that she don't have any songs like that one that she just put out. Now, as for Ciara, her career basically went downhill when she got into it with L.A. Reid. Okay? So that's why Ciara's career is basically over. Now, she still put out music, but she'll never get a hit like she did in the past. Okay? I think her last hit was Level Up, and that barely, to me, doesn't live up to the classic records that Ciara has, okay? Level Up is nowhere near compared to 1-2-Step, Goodies, Like a Boy, the record that she had with Future, Body Party. Like, it doesn't live up to anything like that. So, in my opinion, I feel as though Ciara will never get hits like that ever again, okay? But she's still an amazing artist. Like, I still think Ciara is an amazing artist. I like how she's still putting music out, even though it barely charts. You can tell she still has the love for music. Now, moving on from that, is rap currently dying?
On the Joe Budden podcast, there's a clip going around of Joe Budden basically saying that rap is dying and that everybody's basically, male rappers are basically going to jail.
Yo, this shit is so entertaining now, I don't want y'all to stop. I want to be alive to see y'all totally kill this hip hop shit.
That's what I was about to ask.
I ain't gonna.
Do you think that hip hop is?
I'm too invested now.
Do you think hip hop is on its way out the door with all the incarcerations?
Let's kill it.
No.
Let's kill it.
That's only this portion of hip hop.
There's a certain brand of hip hop is.
Maybe that drill rap. Because again,
a lot of people are incarcerated. Paul.
The people that are making music about killing and actually killing are going to have a hard time making.
It's gonna be rough.
Making music.
Yeah, but they had control of the market for a while, right? I mean,
I wouldn't say that, but they had a run.
They were being pushed. They had a run.
Now, Lil Durk just dropped his album. Unfortunately, he's in jail, and his album is currently flopping. Now, NBA YoungBoy is in jail too. Allegedly, he's getting out soon, but I can see him going back. Young Thug just came out of jail, but, it looks like a lot of prosecutors in Atlanta are after Lil Baby. They are trying to get Lil Baby on a RICO. Tory, Fetty Wap, Blueface are all in jail. Diddy's in jail. He deserves to be there. A$AP Rocky, he just almost went to jail. He got off for shooting A$AP Rocky. So a lot of people are saying that rap is kind of dying. Even though a lot of the female rappers are still out, the main one making any noise right now is Doechii. And the Anxiety record to me is more of a pop record. Okay, it's sampling a pop song. So I don't really consider Anxiety a hip-hop record, okay? Even Champagne Thickums and Kung Fu Kenny. Luther, to me, is an R&B record. It's not a hip-hop record. Luther, to me, with SZA and Kung Fu Kenny, they're singing on the record. That is not hip-hop. Nokia by Champagne Thickums is not hip-hop. That is a TikTok pop rap record, not hip-hop at all. So there's not a lot of hip-hop songs doing that great on the charts. Playboi Carti, all of his songs, are leaving the top 10. Okay, like he doesn't have a single hit, in my opinion, on that album. So a lot of fans are saying, listen, is hip-hop dying? I think the industry is trying to push past hip-hop and trying to make pop and country music the number one genre. And I was saying this last year. Not only that, though, with this lawsuit with Champagne Thickums, if Champagne Thickums wins this lawsuit, hip-hop is over. I hope y'all know that. No record label's ever gonna push a record where a rapper's throwing shots or shade ever again if Champagne Thickums wins this lawsuit. It's gonna look bad, okay? You know how many other people are going to try to sue because they feel like somebody threw shade at them. Mind you, yes, Kung Fu Kenny called Champagne Thickums a pedo. Okay. He did do that. But Champagne Thickums put out his own diss record. You don't get to choose how somebody responds to a diss record you put out first. You don't get to choose how somebody responds to Family Matters when you said somebody was beating their wife and their child is not theirs. You don't get to choose how they respond. Back in the day, Nas, Jay-Z, Biggie, Tupac, they said some very nasty, disgusting things about each other in records. Okay, didn't Camel Face said he was leaving, a condom in a baby seat or something like that? Because he was sleeping with Nas's girlfriend, Carmen, or whatever her name was. And with that being said, that is part of rap. You're supposed to disrespect the person to the fullest degree. So I definitely feel like rap is dying. And even Lil Nas X, he put out a lot of music in the last year, and people have been paying it dust. Lil Nas X used to be hot back in the day. Why is Lil Nas X flopping? Okay. I think it's a mixture of things because he's not necessarily hip hop to me. He's more like pop, but he did too much of the gimmicks people are turned off. Okay. I got the tea on Patreon of what really happened to Lil Nas X, but I can tell you this. The gimmicks of him pretending like he could be pregnant with an album, mimicking, the Christian community, that didn't help. And also I feel like Lil Nas X, he makes bops, but the talent is not like on 10. Let's be very clear. Like, he's not super duper talented. Let's be very clear. His career is mostly gimmicks, okay, and him being gay. Let's just be honest. I like Lil Nas X music. Don't get me wrong. He has bops. Old Town Road is a classic, but he is more known for the shenanigans than his music. And that's why he's flopping now. Now, moving on from that, Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney were spotted together in Dallas, okay, for allegedly his sister's wedding. Now, if you did not know, Sydney Sweeney, who is on Euphoria, if you guys did not know who she is, she's an actress, she's on Euphoria, and they were in a movie together. I think the movie was called Something About You. I think it's on Netflix, but the movie is corny. In my opinion, I thought the movie was probably a 6 or 7 out of 10. But with that being said, she was previously engaged, okay? And on her way to getting married. Now, she just called off her engagement. That tea is on Patreon on why she called off her engagement. But she has been recently spotted out with Glenn Powell. Wow, wow, wow. A lot of fans are calling her out, saying it's too soon for you to be trying to date somebody or get with somebody after you just called off your engagement. People got to realize that the industry move fast, okay? Everybody move fast in the industry when it comes to dating and sleeping around, okay? They don't move like regular people. They might be dating or married to somebody. The next day, they already have a replacement. Okay, that's just how the industry works. But I'm not really shocked. Sydney Sweeney doesn't give loyal, in my opinion. And she's trying to move her way to the top of the industry. And she was never going to get to the top with that man that she was dating. She was never going to get to the top with him. Okay? Glenn and Sydney could be a power couple. Okay? The Brad and Jennifer Aniston, the Brad and Angelina. But I will be careful because karma always comes back around. So let me know how y'all feel about that.